Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard! Kai Havertz in the Champions League final! Ivanovic! Yes. In the middle, it's just behind him, but it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver! Matic takes the net off! Hat-trick hero! Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game!
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode,
Chelsea's top four target has entered its Schrodinger's cat era. Depending on who you ask, it was both real and never existed at the same time. Oh, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. I'm joined in the virtual room filled with some lions. I've got Ollie, I got Chris, I got my cat Tom. He's always here. He's ready. It's the Friday show on a Thursday. And of course, what are you looking forward to this weekend?
I'm looking forward to football this weekend. In the Premier League, you got Man City, Newcastle, and Fulham Forest as well, if I remember rightly. So, a lot of teams up and around like where we're going to be. Someone's dropping points, so we've got the opportunity to capitalise.
It's true.
And it's probably going to be us.
Let's hope so. Essentially, I'm quite looking forward to a relatively quiet weekend with less travelling. Saturday, just a normal Saturday game, and then just watch the football. And then Sunday, should be back playing football if I make the squad, because I have missed like 5 weeks now, I think. And then watch the Chelsea women game on Sunday on the TV. I'm not travelling to Kingsmeadow this time, because for anyone who hasn't been to Kingsmeadow, by the way, and if you don't live in London and you live somewhere else, it's a fucking nightmare to get to.
Yeah, it's a long way.
Like
it's not even properly in London, is it?
No, unless you drive, and then find somewhere to park. It's really not easy to get to by like public transport. So, to be fair, if it was, I'd probably get a season ticket, but I couldn't do that journey every other week. It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I can get that. I got fuck all. I mean, the NFL season's over for me. So it's not for another. There's 2 weeks. We've got the combine. We've got the draft. Oh, I love it. That's how I plan my year out. Don't care about anything else. Just the NFL. This pod. Pod second. NFL number one. I do. Who's
expected to go overall number one in the draft this year?
I think Carter. No, of course not. It'll be Travis Hunter. He's a unicorn player. He's incredible. He can play two positions very fucking well.
And an athlete, sounds like a winner.
He's incredible. He is pretty incredible.
Do you know what's really funny? That's Ollie's asked you a question there that he was never going to understand the answer to.
No. I could have just made up a name, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could have been like, it's Philogeny McDaniels this week. That'll be like, oh, wow. Oh, he's a really good running back.
Man, there is so many. There is so many good players. To be fair,
it's a question for the listeners, all right?
Yeah,
some care. Some care. I haven't looked at any. I've sort of looked at mocks because I always do. I get obsessed with it. But so many pick different. You never know who's going to pick who. It's a very unique year this year. But anyway, I do have some games of the weekend, because I always do. All times GMT listener, because time zones, fuck them. Friday night, well, you've got Brighton versus Chelsea, so don't worry about Friday. Chill. Turn the TV off. Don't watch that shit. But if you forward it to Saturday, 5:30 p.m, you got the Bundesliga's version of a heavyweight title fight. You got Leverkusen, Bayern, first, second. It's Alonso versus the Bayern Munich Empire. Oh, spicy. And then Sunday, where you could spend your evening watching Spurs versus Manchester United, which, look.
To be fair, that is going to be a hysterically funny game.
It's like, it's going to be watching two bald men fight over a comb. So don't watch that. Don't watch that. Skip the mess. Have a nice little break. Have dinner with the family. And then tune in 7:45, Juve Inter Milan. Beautiful.
Oh,
Lovely.
nice.
Lovely. Last weekend, I did quickly look because I seem to be, that's the thing someone pointed out. How am I doing? PSG won 4-1 over Monaco. Usman Dembele, he scored so many goals this year.
Got something like 8 goals in his last 4 games or something.
It's insane.
Like crazy.
Fair play.
Playing as a striker as well, isn't he? Playing as a striker,
he's
I think. Yeah.
brilliant.
Well, he's turned 27 and he's done the thing footballers are supposed to do, which is peak at 27.
Yeah. Madrid derby, Atletico Real ended 1-1, and Leipzig won 2-0 over St. Pauli. So that's pretty much that. So it's time to hit the news, and I look for the sound drop because I'm never prepared. Where am I? There it is. Oh, it's that time of the week as we check out the news that you may have missed in the elevator of Chelsea news. Chelsea are front runners to sign Liam Delap, who will leave Ipswich even if they stay up. Jadon Sancho took a significant pay cut to join Chelsea on loan. Chelsea are always working on future talents. They believe the 16-year-old striker who they signed, Dastan Sapayev, has special skills. Chelsea women have been drawn to play Crystal Palace at home in the quarterfinals of the Women's FA Cup. And finally, it's a big one. It's depressing, but it's a big one. Chelsea have been hit by a significant blow after striker Nicolas Jackson was ruled out until after the international break at the end of March. Oh my word, I was going to literally lead with that, and then I just saw Ollie's tweet about Eghbali and Bowley attending the PSR thing today, and I thought, have I ever seen Eghbali without an Apple earbud in? I don't think I've ever seen him without earbuds in.
I think it's surgically implanted into his head.
AirPods, earbuds, whatever you want to call it. I was like, he always has that in a meeting. He's always prepped. He's ready for a deal. What Wonder Kid's ready? Look, the Jackson story. I guess this is my perfect time to take a swing at our sporting directors again. Look, maybe, just maybe, guys, should have signed a proper striker instead of, hoarding midfielders like a squirrel cashing nuts at winter. Look, we got Marc Yu. He's out. I think that'd have been harsh to put it all on him anyway. Jackson, he's out. And now I have to watch 2 months of Christopher Nkunku pretending that he cares. I mean, oh, man. how do you feel? Fucking depressed, probably.
It's not good.
Well, it wouldn't be good. That's, yeah.
Just stating the fucking obvious.
It is a little.
I have a slightly different perspective on this, I think, than other people might. I don't know how much you can really blame the sporting directors for this one. I know people have said we needed a striker and we didn't get one. And that is fair. But we did already have 3 players who can play striker. It just so happens that the other 2 who are better have got injured at the same time, which is really unlucky. And I don't know. I feel like this one's not on the sporting directors. It's just down to fate, and it's just one of those irritating, unlucky things in the season. Next season, maybe it'll be different, but we're still going to have 3 strikers next season. It just depends who it's going to be, So, the same thing could happen again next season. You never know. If, maybe it's not Nkunku who's the last one remaining. Maybe it's Gu, for example. And I don't know. Maybe some people feel differently, but for me, I can't go at the sporting directors for this one because, we already do have strikers. It's just unfortunate they're all injured at the same time.
Chris, what are you thinking?
I agree with you, Ollie. I don't think you can put that much blame on the sporting directors because I know everyone was saying that we wanted a striker in January, but how many good players do you get in January? I mean, I think that's what people don't take into account. When you're throwing names out there go and get him and go and get him, it's not that easy in January because clubs are more reluctant to sell because then they've got to replace them. And, that's difficult. So I kind of, in a way, understand. And it is unfortunate that they all have got injured at the same time. I honestly don't think it's going to make that much difference, to be honest. Jackson wasn't scoring goals anyway. Marc Gu wasn't ready. I don't understand. I don't think it's going to make a massive difference to our form. It's just another excuse we can throw out there now, though.
Do you think that actually, paradoxically, do you think Nkunku being the main man for basically the next 2 months, with 0 competition, is going to help things or make it worse? Because he is. Someone who clearly hang on, because he is someone who clearly needs to feel loved and feel like he's part of the team. He's gonna get his chance to impress.
Yeah,
is that gonna work in our favor?
I mean, it depends if you want. Look, look.
It
At
depends
the
if
end
he
of the
gives a
day,
shit. Yeah, it's
if
true.
you know what, I'd flip it and say he has to give a shit because you want to go. Okay, if you suck, you've got to play now. It's no other option. If you suck for the next couple of months, who's spying you in summer? Who's taking the risk?
Well, the thing is if he gets benched now for somebody playing out of position or something, like if they end up sticking Palmer at false nine or whatever, or someone else, or one of the youth lads, you'll know his goose is cooked.
I think the issue I have is I don't necessarily think it's all on Nkunku. I think it's another case of, are we really playing a system that can get the best out of him?
Oh, I like that.
When when he was at Leipzig, obviously most of the time he played as part of a forward two. So he had a player to play off. I think when we've seen the best of him in pre-season, both in the summer just gone and the one before, it was playing with a number 9. Again, who he can play off. I don't think he's the player to link the attack. He needs someone to work off, and I think that's been the issue. If you look at it, and I think Jackson had a similar problem. Our centre forward is very isolated because our wingers are told to hug the touchline. They're very far away from the centre forward, so there's not really any link up between the wingers and the striker. It's all round what's Palmer doing. But as Palmer's been playing basically as a defensive midfielder for 80% of the games at the moment, you even go back to the game against Brighton last week. If you look at Nkunku, very isolated up front. And it's difficult, I think, then for any striker to have an impact on the game. So I think because Jackson was struggling, I wouldn't be surprised to see Nkunku come in and struggle the same way, because I don't think the system is really built around the centre forward.
Do you think there's any chance he tweaks it? Like he said,
No.
But hang on, because he say something in his press conference like, we need to adapt. He said something tactical. I can't remember.
Yeah,
what
he
it
was on about our expectations because they seem to flip flop all year.
No, it wasn't that. It was
annoying.
He was talking about something tactical where it's like he's effectively saying, when you don't have a recognised striker, you don't have that threat in behind, so you have to use the wingers. Do other things.
I heard that. I know the exact quote you're talking about. That worried me more than anything he's ever said, and that's saying something.
Go on.
Yeah, because when he said, when you don't have a traditional number 9, you have to adapt and find a different way, and that means you can't play direct. So basically, his entire plan is now we're just going to have to keep the ball. So you're just going to see the boring pass it round the back.
Yeah, that's what we've seen. That's what we saw
because
in the
we can't
game.
play forward essentially, and that worries me more than anything. So, in answer to your question, yes, I think he will adapt, but I don't think that adapting is going to make us better.
It's going to adapt. Everyone's going to be like, "Please stop adapting."
Look, I mean, for me, Jackson does a lot off the ball that will be missed. Look, he presses, and plus, what we also forget, he attracts attention from the opposition when it comes to the marking, because it does take heat off Palmer. That is a big loss.
And he bullies centre backs, and
look,
doesn't Cuckoo bully anyone other than us watching him?
Well, he will miss games against Brighton, Villa, Southampton, Leicester, and Arsenal. And I'm going to go big. I'm going to go overreaction territory.
You think?
And a biscuit bet, a pack of hobnobs here. I think the top 4 race is over. And I'm going to go and say a pack of hobnobs says we are 6th at the time of the next international break, which is when he's meant to return.
The only thing I would say is a lot of the other teams who are going for those top 3rd, 4th, 5th spots aren't very consistent either. I mean,
some
Man
of them
City
have lost their strikers too.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal haven't got anyone. They've basically got no attack at the minute. They're so bad, they're playing Raheem Sterling. So that's how bad it's got for them.
Oh, no.
Forest are relatively consistent, but they do still drop points. Man City 1 week looked like they're back, and then the week after looked like a championship team. So Newcastle, you think are on a real run, and then they'll lose a home game against Fulham or someone, and you think, oh, what's happened there? So I don't think there's anyone overly consistent. I don't think
I don't
it'll be
think we're
down.
out of it until we're out. I think.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll be out of it because the other teams aren't good enough.
Well, it's not even the aim, is it?
I don't think we'll pick up a lot of points, but I don't think they will either. So I still think it'll be quite tight till May.
Remember, the target with the club was to play Champions League in 2 years, not in 1 year.
Oh, don't piss me off.
That's such a stupid comment.
It is pretty stupid. I've got to say, I've just looked at the quick free agents that are available striker-wise.
Do not say it.
Hang on. You don't know where I'm going with this because it's not Diego. It's not
good.
Now, the notable names that I recognise on this list, you got Ben Yedder. We won't go there. We've got Mariano Diaz. But my favourite player on this list is Raul Ruidiaz, who's recently left Seattle Sounders. I would take him. just for that because every listener will go, "Is he good? He was good in the MLS." He was.
So no,
yeah.
That's so unfair. Look, I'm sad to see him. Look, how do I put this as a Seattle Sounders fan? Look, I was sad to see him go, but it was the right time.
You don't.
He's shit.
You don't want to subject a player you like to this.
Yeah,
family.
that is true. Actually, that is true. He's had some good seasons, but he's now at the end of his career. He's 34. He turns 35 this year, so that instantly makes him way too.
And nobody's picked him up, have they?
He left in January. Literally, that's when
I would say as well about the striker crisis at the minute. I think a brave manager just promotes someone from the under-21s.
Just stick that Mueka up front or something.
Because I know people will keep saying, he's not ready. There's only one way to find out. Because I remember, if you remember, was it Louis van Gaal? I think who was at United.
Louis van Gaal. Yes, I remember him.
Queen's Park Raisins. Yeah.
When he gave Rashford his debut.
Yeah, and he was ridiculously good.
They got loads of injuries up front, and he had to put Rashford in because he was the only striker at the club who was fit. And then no one knew him either. So it can work out sometimes.
You're right.
So yeah, I suppose the thing is
sucks him in.
It's one of them, isn't it? If it works, you look like a genius, and if it doesn't, you look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Before we move to the main seg, we see you, listener. We see the Roman Abramovich tweet about the EU's sanctions, and we won't go into the politics because that's
at least not yet. Until there's something to.
We'll save that for the politics pod. But 1.1 million views, 3,500 likes, and 1,500 reads. I was when I woke up this morning, saw that, and then Chris let me know that Eunice, love Eunice, had done a TikTok on that tweet. I was like, bloody hell, look at us.
I mean, if something like actually proper happens with it, I guess we could talk about it. I mean, that's how I got my start on this show.
That's true.
It?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. Full circle. Right, we've got. What else? I have the script in front of me. For this Friday show on a Thursday, we're going to dive into Chelsea's signings under Clearlake and rank every single one. And we've got in our own way, because we know some other YouTubers have done this. But we got 5 tiers for you. We've got top signing. Not many will be in there. We've got good signing, jury's out, project bullshit, and PSR violation. So that basically
Can you go through those
awful.
one more, please? Top, good. What's the next one?
Jury's out.
Writing them down.
Jury's out. Project bullshit, so you can kind of get, and PSR violation. So that's my way of saying awful signing, but in our own unique manner at this show.
Sounds good.
Look, we got 38 bloody players to rank, so we're not gonna go
Christ.
we're not gonna go too long on each player because that would be depressing. So, Raheem Sterling, acquired from Man City. Where do we put him? We can all agree because we'll all agree on these.
I think that's a PR bullshit one. I think it was really good. I think a lot of people at the time were really happy with it, and so in reality, with how it's turned out,
you think he's a project player? Really?
No, but it's like I don't think he's quite as bad as like absolutely awful because he did score a few.
Okay. What do you think, Chris?
But he's not jury's out, is he? We know he's shit.
No.
Yeah.
Are we judging them on what they did or on what it was, whether it was a good signing at the time?
On what they've achieved, because we got to look at it as in where we are now.
Okay, so yeah, he's down he's down project bullshit, but not part of the project.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Right. So straight in, we have got Colour Barley. Now, I'd almost say good signing because we made profit.
No,
I think he was. I would put him on good signing.
Because we made profit. We made profit.
he was
Yeah.
a PSR violation. He was shocking.
I know, but we made profit.
I don't care. He was shocking.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I think we
don't
did
even-
when we sold him to Saudi.
I
don't even think he was that bad.
Oh no, we didn't. We made a 13 million loss. I think that's a PSR violation then.
I just don't. He just wasn't that good. Like we signed him about 4 seasons too late.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we definitely did that. But to be fair, historically we do that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? Fuck it, violation.
Except no, not anymore. We signed him about 10 seasons too early.
Yeah.
PSR violation is awful signing at the same time. Marc Cucurela, I'd say top signing.
Top signing.
Yeah, that's a top signing.
Easy.
Started rough, really grew into it.
Yeah.
Now he's irreplaceable.
Next up, Wesley Fofana. I'd say awful because he hasn't been fit.
Yeah, I think it's jury's out on whether it's a good signing.
Okay.
Well,
I've been outvoted there.
I think until we can see him actually play a full season, the jury will be out.
Until
Maybe
we
that
sell
eventually
him in the
makes it
summer.
bad.
Yeah.
Until we sell him in the summer, we can't.
For a
say.
loss. You know, by the way, listener, you will see this tier list that I've made on Twitter. So, and on Blue Sky, just saying. Right, next up, we've got Aubameyang. That's got to be awful.
Oh, just what? Like, is there a tier below PSR violation? He was fucking shit. Why we signed him, I will never know. Because he worked with Tuchel and stuff before, but my God, that was a stupid decision.
Yeah.
I've put awful signing and stroke PSR violation because someone's going to go, what? So anyway, next up, this one's interesting. Carney Chukwuemeka.
Jury's out, I think.
I think that's quite fair because he might do well. He's injured, isn't he? Now at Dortmund, of course he is.
I don't think he's ever going to play for us though.
You think he's a project signing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's probably between the two, isn't he?
I think we overpaid for him in the first place as well.
Paid
to be
like
fair.
20 odd million for
Yeah,
him.
about
And do you know what?
20.
That's really annoying because he was one of the better prospects we went for. And
I remember saying to one of my colleagues about, because obviously he's a Villa fan, and he'd seen Carney Chukwuemeka come up through the ranks, and I was like, "What are we getting?" And he went, "He's got talent, but he's got an attitude." And he didn't say attitude in a positive manner. So, well, you know what? I think Ollie might have a point. I think jury's out because we don't know because Dortmund could reignite him. You know, he's not.
If he ever plays for him.
I think now we've got Slanina. I think that's a project signing.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think you can.
Yeah,
nothing else we can say.
Yeah,
Cassidy, that's a project.
Project signing, definitely.
Yeah. Project bullshit.
Yeah, that's a project bullshit.
He's not awful because we made a profit.
No, he's not awful
and he's
because
gone.
we actually he did have some utility in the team.
Yeah. This one's interesting because I have no idea what he can only go in 2 categories. Dennis Zakaria on loan. He was
jury's out.
He's got to go in the bottom one. He's got to.
Awful.
Do you know what I actually don't think he was terrible, but he was just a pointless move.
But he didn't play, did he?
He barely played. When he did play, he was okay.
Yeah, he played that one game and he was really good, and everyone went, "Oh, he was really good," and then you just didn't see him again.
No,
and it was like, why isn't he playing?
Just took against him for some
This
reason.
is going to be interesting. Enzo Fernandez.
Good signing.
I can't disagree with that. I think that's pretty fair. By the way, we're now into January 2023.
I could be pushed for juries out on for the money.
I'm still going to say jury's out.
Wow.
Because again, I think he's another one where if he gets better, he would push into good signing. But if he doesn't, and we ended up selling him, I think we'd make a huge loss.
Okay.
I could go for juries out.
All right.
I think he's been a lot better this season, but maybe it's just not quite good enough yet.
We go for the man doing more at the club than in Kunku recently, Mykhailo Mudryk.
Do you want to hear a spicy take?
Oh,
Good
don't
sign.
say. Oh, piss off.
What'd you say?
Good signing.
Did you say
Piss. What?
85 million.
85
Yeah,
million?
the majority of which will never pay.
Oh,
Good job.
Breaking news: Ollie has been sacked from our podcast for saying such bollocks.
No, like I'm talking as a player. Like,
No, he might never play again.
yeah, but
And
like that's
he's
his fault as a person, not as a player.
He is shit when he does play, though. To be fair.
Yeah, except we've been without him for what, like a few weeks, and everyone's calling for him back already.
Oh, that's just the fan base being
Yeah,
reactionary.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't.
No.
I'll be honest with you.
He did more than all of our wingers do.
He might actually be a PSR violation in reality, though.
I would put him in PSR violation.
I'm with you, Chris.
I can't give up on him. I don't know what it is. He's like someone
Ollie's
who's
got
like
a soft spot.
puppy.
Yeah,
He's got a soft spot for Mudrick.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just can't give up on him.
bought him a nice Christmas gift, I think.
He
as
loves
long as-
those gym videos.
Yeah, he does. I'm just hopeful that Ollie, it wasn't anything
I wish.
edible. Don't, just not worth the risk. Badia Shill, Big Ben.
Fuck.
Jury's out, I think.
I'd agree there. Because he's coming back and everyone was like, oh.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
don't
thing,
know
is
why.
because he's been really good at points and
Mm.
really shit at other points. And so I think
Yeah.
that has to be jury's out.
You're going to love the
Yeah.
next player then.
That's fair. Yeah, jury's out.
It's my man. It's Noni Madueke. It's between the two, isn't it? It's good sign and jury's out because he's been on most
I think he's a good signing for the money. We got him for like 30 million.
Yeah, do you know what? I would put him in good signing.
Fair enough.
Scores more goals than everyone else.
And now a player who's never played for us and yet probably is in the top two, Andre Santos.
Jury's out.
Wow, really? I think I've got to go.
No, because until we see how he performs in a Chelsea shirt, everything he's doing at Strasbourg's irrelevant.
I can't not agree with that. That's
I've got
might
outvoted
easily
then.
come in. He could easily come in and be our best midfielder, but until he actually does it, jury's out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've been outvoted. Malo Gusto. Now, if only this was last season.
Yeah,
I don't know where to go with this.
I think this is jury's out.
I would say good signing because he was really good last season. He's still got his utility this season. And if we was to sell him in the summer, I think we'd make a profit.
I'm with you. I'm going to go with
Yeah,
Chris
all
on
right,
this.
that's fair. I'll give you that.
David Datra Fafana.
Fucking hell. PSR.
Yeah,
over
PSR.
project bullshit. Over project bullshit.
No,
Yeah,
he's a project bullshit player.
I feel he's the most appropriate project bullshit.
I don't know.
Because he barely played for us. He had like that. He had those two
How much did we
highlights
pay?
versus Southampton where
10
everyone
million?
went, he should play.
10 million.
God. Yeah,
Wasn't your money, Chris?
yeah, I know. Feels
total-
like it though.
A total waste as well. Like we sent him out to Turkey, he broke his leg.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. He goes in the awful
Yeah,
category.
Yeah.
All right. Christopher Nkunku.
Can I think this is a PSR bullshit.
Wow.
Wow.
I think he
is.
Okay, tell me, what's he done that's good for us?
He blew up a few
Scored the winner at
balloons,
Bournemouth.
and he did the balloon
Oh, don't
celebration.
start.
I was like,
Scored
"Ooh."
the winner of
Scored
Bournemouth.
the-
That's his highlight in a Chelsea shirt.
He did all right in
That
the
says it
Conference
all.
League.
That's what 60 odd million gets you.
It does,
apparently.
yeah, nowadays.
You know what though? It's difficult to disagree, but I don't think he was a bad signing at the time. I think he was a very good signing at the time.
He wasn't a bad signing at the time at all. It was
No.
unlucky with his injuries, and it's just
Yeah.
not panned out for him.
I think
But
when
that
he
makes
got
him a bad
injured,
signing.
when he got injured, and then we signed Cole Palmer, and then Palmer did what he did, I think has made the signing look so much worse, and has actually probably made Nkunku look worse than he has been.
Do we go with it? A jury's out then.
No, he's a fucking awful signing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to be fair, in 6 weeks' time, when he's played every game, if he scored 9 goals, you might be saying actually he's really good.
You know what?
And if that's the case, I'll take it back.
You know what? I think we're going to go jury's out because this could age very, very well or very poorly
Yeah.
if we put him in
Yeah.
Nicolas.
We can have Ollie on record as disagreeing.
Oh
Please
yeah.
do.
Yeah. Right. Next up,
Nicolas Jackson.
I'd say good.
Signing.
Good.
Good signing.
Yeah.
Not,
Good signing.
not
Yeah.
set the world alight, but good signing.
A
oh.
bargain, wasn't it? Let's be fair. I mean,
True.
you know, you don't get anything for the amount we paid for him now.
The next 3 signings are going to be interesting. Well, 2 of them will be. Axel Disasi.
Do you know what? He's had a better Chelsea legacy than Nkunku. That game against Man City
What
is
a low
better
bar.
than him scoring the winner against Bournemouth.
What a low bar this is.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think that bar is so low.
That game was one of the best centre back performances
I
I've seen
would
in
say
ages.
we probably needed a tier for Disassi between good signing and due result.
Wow.
Maybe he's in jury's out. Then.
The Axel Disassi tier.
Yeah, because I don't think he's been good enough to say he's been a good signing. And you can't really say jury's out because he's 28 or whatever he is.
Yeah.
There just needs to be one that's just like not good enough.
But if I had to put him somewhere,
if I had to put him somewhere, he's more jury's out than he is good signing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
But put him above Nkunku.
He's been the hardest one yet, I think.
Robert Sanchez.
Don't even start.
Top
We don't talk about them.
You know what?
Top signing.
I'm so tempted to put him in the top signing bracket and then post that photo with no context to see the reaction. Like, what this fucking pod with the 2 stars are saying. The fucking Sanchez love it. I love it. No, we'll put him in awful. Let's
do you know what? Top signing, because what he's done is he's showed us all how important a good goalie is.
Yeah.
Easy top signing the next player. It's Caicedo.
Yeah, top sign.
Yeah. Bloody hell. Romeo Lavia. I'd put Project.
Yeah.
Project bullshit on that because he hasn't done
I think he's jury's out.
He's always injured though.
That's why the jury's out.
Yeah, it's fair because he has been good when he's played.
All
but
right. Okay.
He just never
will he string games together? Because if he doesn't, then he's been a poor signing, hasn't he?
Cole Palmer.
He needs his own tier at the top.
Yeah,
Palmer tier. Best in the world.
Yeah.
But, because let's be real, even though he has struggled a bit more this season than he did last season, he's still basically one of, if not the best player in the league.
I would say our best signing under this regime, but also the luckiest one.
Oh, yeah, let's not pretend that we struck gold there and knew what we were doing.
Yeah, no. that was throwing a dart in the dark and getting a bullseye.
We kicked it there.
Do you know what happened? We were walking around with a pickaxe and we didn't strike gold. We fell over ourselves and struck oil. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Now, next up is Georgi Petrovic. I'd argue good signing because he was a good keeper for us until we loaned him. I
think he is a good signing because I think regardless, if we sell him, we'll 100% get more than we bought him for.
He's still our best goalkeeper. He just don't play for us.
Exactly.
I know. We're probably going to sell him in the summer.
I'm just going to put all 3 of these together because I genuinely think we're going to agree on these. We've got Diego Moreira, Angelo, and David Washington.
That's 3 project players.
Yeah, they're all project because
bullshit.
What was the point? We did.
Moreira's been decent for Strasbourg. I thought he was absolutely god awful.
We sold Angelo for 20 million.
Good.
How did we do that?
To Saudi.
Oh my god! Right, next up we got Leslie Ugochukwu.
Project.
Wow,
he's almost bordering on jury's out for me because I think when he has played, he has looked good.
But I worry about a player who doesn't stand out at Southampton.
Does he not stand out? I don't know.
To be fair,
playing most games.
To be fair, Ampadu was like the one player that we used to loan to crap clubs, and he got relegated with Venezia, and he was one of their best players. So he did stand out, even though the team sucked.
Yeah, but see where it got him. All right, yeah, project.
Yeah,
where's he play? Is he at Sheffield United now? Still,
I don't know.
Leeds, isn't it?
Was it Leeds? Wow,
I couldn't tell you where he is now because it's probably a shit team.
Leeds then.
Yeah, right. Leeds it is.
Pedro Neto.
Jury's out.
I'd agree. He might be our striker as well, according to Maresca.
I don't think with his record you can put him as good signing.
Oh, I think with his goal record you can't put him at striker.
No, that's so true.
I've got João Felix. I'm putting that down as awful. What was the point?
PSR violation.
Yeah,
that's a PSR violation.
What's the point? Next up, you know what? I'm just going to go straight to you, Ollie. You can give us a tier for Kieran Dewsbury Hall.
I don't even need to say it, do I? He's
Awful.
shit.
Awful.
Is there one below PSR?
Well, we helped Leicester
I
out.
don't
Did
think
Leicester
that
a
would be low
favour?
enough. I think we need 2 below.
Did Leicester a favour? The Leicester favour tier. All right.
Somewhere in the depths of hell is the tier that should be in.
Oh, right. Next up, we have the good. Oh, fuck off. Why does my soundboard never work when I bloody want it to? There we go. Jorgensen. Where's he going?
Jury's out.
So,
Wow, our best goalkeeper's not even at the club.
He's no better than Jury's out.
No.
yeah, not yet anyway.
He could drop a clanger tomorrow. And then everyone's talking about, oh, maybe Sanchez wasn't that bad.
Recall
How
Petrovic.
dare you talk about our starting keeper that way?
No, Sanchez is no.
No, did you see Maresca's comments today?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I did.
He's the starting keeper now.
Yeah, that is good. I like that. It's. I'll just try not to listen to what Maresca says because something he says.
90% of it
annoys me.
contradicts something he's already
Yeah,
said.
it's very true. You never know where it's going. Yeah. Right. The next player up is one we know very well, Aaron Anselmino.
Project.
Yeah.
Project, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Project bullshit there. Mike Penders. I think project bullshit on that.
Yeah.
I
mean, like, he might be the best thing since sliced bread, but until he does something,
I want to know who in our ownership went, he's the next Courtois. I mean, that's a brave shout. Is it because he's Belgian? Come on.
No,
is that lazy?
Do you know who
That's
said
lazy.
that? It's probably his agent.
Yeah. His agent said he's very good. What's his football manager rating? Well, he's the best keeper in the world in 5 years.
Well, he was so good, we paid 20 times what he was worth. So
yeah.
Mike Penders, what's his ranking on AFC? That's how our ownership do it. So let's have a look. So he has a potential of 83. That's not very good.
No, it's
that
not.
isn't very good.
I want 90s.
What rating is Robert Sanchez now?
Hang on.
About 82.
79.
Right, so he's 4 better than Sanchez at his peak.
He's got a potential of 81 though.
Fucking hell. Get the
I'm
Ballon
pretty
d'Or
sure.
out.
I'm pretty sure Robert Sanchez started the game rated 80 or over.
They've downgraded him mid-game.
How depressing is that?
Oh.
When you think about it. I'm just looking at potential wonder kids that are goalkeepers.
You know,
I'm
this
curious.
is doing is reminding me now of that video where Palmer said that he sold Cucurela like 6 times to his face. he said like, I've had you like 4 times and I've sold you every time because he's non-rare.
Wow. Oh man, I'm trying to find goalkeepers that. Oh, who cares? We'll go on to the next player. Right, we've got Renato Vega.
Jury's out. I think his Conference League performances are doing a lot of heavy lifting, and the fact that we've gotten rid of him.
I don't think that was through choice, but
I'd say Jury.
His choice.
I'd say Jury's out, but I do think it's weird that someone who we said wasn't good enough is now starting Champions League games.
Makes you worry. Looking at goalkeepers with the best potential, all these players are under 24. So Diego Costa, Guillaume.
He's not that, I don't think.
Well, this guy's 19 at Toulouse. He's got an 88 rating potential. Guilherme Restes. You've got Mamadashvili, Konasheshe at Atalanta. Oh, is that Jorgensen? He's there. We got the best keeper then, as we were.
Nice. Good.
Marcin Bulka's on this list as well.
Yeah, he's actually good because he's from
he's pretty decent. Right, we've got Caleb Wiley. Sorry, Atalanta listener. Atalanta, that's not your Atlanta. Come on, Mike, get your stuff together. Atlanta.
I mean, if
Project.
that's not a PS, if that's not a project one, what is?
Yeah. I have included this guy because he's on loan, but he's not on loan because he's pretty much our player. Jadon Sancho. Of course, we might finish below 14th. It's possible.
I don't know what to make of Sancho.
I don't know. I really do not know.
This is the hardest one since Disassi.
He's not.
Yeah,
Maybe Jury's out.
We've got a lot on that list, but I'd agree.
He's no higher than Jury's out. Again, I think he's somewhere between Jury's out and Project.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as bad as Project. I think he's got to be jury's out then.
Out of curiosity, what puts Raheem Sterling in the project then? Is it because he was like the marquee, like, look, this is what we're going to do?
It's because we signed him for 50 odd million, Mikey.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, true. Yeah. Okay. Right, Mark, you.
Project.
Okay. I'd agree.
Yeah, probably.
I cannot. I've got Tosin. I'd say good signing. He was free.
Yeah, good signing. He's
I would
free.
say good.
He was free. Now the last two are great. They're great. So we've got Amari Kellerman.
PSR violation.
Yeah, he was
£19 million. We know why. Let's not pretend that we didn't help Villa out and they helped us
We
out.
almost need another one that's PSR deal.
Bloody hell, yeah. And the latest edition, Mathis Amugu.
Project.
I'd agree. I'd agree.
Project signing.
So I'll quickly.
So how many players in total are good or above?
We have got. I'll tell you.
Sorry?
I'll go through it. We've got top signs. We've got Cucurela, Caicedo, Palmer. For good signing, we had Madueke, Gusto, Jackson, Petrovic, and Tosin.
Yeah.
For jury's out, we've got Fofana, that Wesley even. We've got Carney, Enzo, Benoit Badiashile, Andre Santos, Nkunku, Disasi, Romeo Lavia, Pedro Neto, Jorgensen, Vega, and Sancho. Project bullshit.
Hang on. Sorry, real quick. I don't know if Enzo's in the right category there. I feel like he's in some company who's worse than he is.
Yeah, he is, but I don't think he's good enough to be in good signing either.
Yeah,
But he's been really good recently. That's the thing.
He's not been really good. He's been good.
He's been here for over 2 years.
I know.
Oh, well, 8 good games in 2 years. Well, yeah, put him in top signing.
No, I can't do that.
He's made you look a mug.
It's just when you look at you're right. Looking at that company, you're like, really?
Right, put it this way: has he been better this season? Miles better, by the way, than Jadon Sancho.
Miles better. Yeah, actually, I think he is.
Little. I'd put him a little. Yeah.
He is barely miles better. Like he scrapes over the line into miles better.
If you want to move up to good signing, I'm happy with that.
All right, we'll do it for the clicks. So project bullshit. We've got Sterling, Gaga, Cassidy, Morero, Angelo, Washington, Leslie, Ansamino, Penders, Wiley, Gu, and Amugu. I think that's pretty.
Yeah, that feels
right. So right. Awful signing, or the PSR violation here. Aubameyang, Koulibaly, Zakaria, Mudryk, Fofana, Sanchez, Felix, Dewsbury Hall, and Kellerman.
No, I'd move Sterling down. Sterling fits in better with that last group you just said.
You know what? Okay.
I would almost want to move Felix up.
Fuck off. No way. No way. We signed him to get rid of Gallagher, and I will not have it on social who say, you loved Gallagher. He weren't even our best. He was our second best player. Yeah, under Poch. He'd still be good now.
It's not João Felix's fault, but that is why his signing feels so much worse than it probably is.
And the fact we've loaned him out.
If we'd signed João Felix, if everything had gone exactly the same, but we'd kept Gallagher, I don't think his signing seems that bad.
No,
but because it was because it was a like for like. Yes, it's been shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, I guess when you got to look at it that way. Yeah,
I'm downloading the image. It will be on the thread. You can argue with us, listener, and we'd like you to argue with us because we're curious what you want to say.
Argue with Mikey. I don't want to hear it.
Ollie's not interested.
Bloody hell! Right, moving. We move on to where I should have the sound drops ready. I'm too busy with this thing with the the PSR violation stuff. Right, Lion of the Week. We've got with this Friday. We're going to head to Brighton again in the Premier League because why not?
Hang on, are we going to them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got to go to them.
They got their first win in 3 months there recently.
Oh, they did. Who were that against? Right, I won't lie to you, listener. Nothing has changed since I said this last week. But hey, here we go. Currently sitting in 10th, they've got a record of 8 wins, 10 draws, 6 defeats. Recent 4-1 in the league. 2 wins, 1 draw, but back-to-back defeats. And then the FA Cup, they won a game against Chelsea. So, player spotlight time. And I will repeat this again, what I said last week. Jorginho Rutter stands out as a clear threat. He scored twice against Norwich and then against Ipswich and Man United. He also had 2 goal involvements against us last week, and nobody fucking listened at the club. So I'm also going to do a rare spotlight this week because I'm pointing it at our own player as well, and that is Cole Palmer, because I've noticed his body language is becoming one of frustration. He is getting stuck. He's starting to get pissed off because maybe he's starting to lose faith in his fellow attacking players. I know as fans we have been. And I know it's I've got to be honest, I think things have got to change for him, because if they don't, at some point he's going to question his future.
Can you really blame Palmer though for getting frustrated?
100%
like,
no.
Was it like he's created something stupid like 36 chances?
It was madness.
None
wasn't
of
it,
them
that
have
stat?
led to assists.
What are we doing? Someone shoot the ball, hit the ball. Come on.
Since like the start of December. Crazy.
Awful. Well, he's Darth Vader and the rest of his attacking force are stormtroopers. He's doing his job. Everyone else then, you know. The last time Brighton beat Chelsea in the Premier League was the 15th of April, 2023. Of course, wouldn't be a preview. I'd be telling you what was the UK #1 hit and its second appearance on the show. Calvin Harris feat Ellie Goulding with Miracle. And I said it against Wolves. This time, we're going to need one to win the game because we've got no striker. With the stage set, what are we going with for this week?
Terrible song, by the way.
Yeah,
I was literally going to press play and then I realised that's a copyright thing. Can't do
it. Don't lie, Chris. It's in your Spotify Wrapped.
It's definitely not.
No, Chris had that 1920 song that didn't exist last week. I'm going with Enzo. I'm going with Enzo because I see that midfield battle. I think that's going to be key to this.
I'm going to go with fucking hell. Who? There's no one on our team who's good anymore.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm gonna go with Pedro Neto.
Okay,
that is brave.
Yeah, well, fuck it.
He's definitely going to play.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, really.
Because we didn't have a Lion last week.
I'm gonna back us to get a 1-1 draw.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
And I'm going with Nkunku to score.
Wow.
So I'm going with Nkunku.
Can I just say that we've in the last 4 games, we've only had 1 winner in our team. We haven't got a single winner.
That's because our team's shit.
Well, the wheel did all right.
That's letting us down.
Well, in the last 3 games.
Speaking of the wheel, who does the wheel pick?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Someone's paying attention.
Dewsbury Hall.
No. Though he might play.
Oh. He might.
No, he fucking can't. Jesus.
Wow. Cucurela.
Not a bad pick.
That is
going to boo him for 90 minutes again.
Yeah.
Cucurella and Caicedo getting booed. Like I said, they basically got to build a new training ground and with a free jacuzzi built in. I wouldn't boo them. Why
didn't they boo Robert Sanchez?
Yeah, boo him.
Because I was happy to see him go.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if they were booing him, you couldn't tell if it was coming from their fans or ours. So
that would be that's so true. So there's that. Right, Quaresma's questions. My phone is coming out of my pocket and it's opening my photos with the screenshot. And it's first up, John Gall. Is it too early to say Enzo out? At least Poch matches were exciting. That is true, by the way. That is true. They were exciting. Remember 4-3?
Yeah, but do you remember 1-1 against Sheffield United and Burnley back?
Oh, no. Why did you say that? I didn't need that.
I'm just saying.
Grass
ain't always greener.
I don't think it's too early.
I don't think it's too early for people to be questioning him. But at the same time, I just don't think anything's going to change no matter who's in charge because of the structure.
Yeah, in fairness, you are right. The reason why I say it's definitely not too early is because I was saying it in the summer before we'd even kicked a game. Kicked a ball,
that might have been a bit early.
So
all spot on.
It's definitely not too early now.
I'm going to try and do every social media that we've got. So Twitter, Nick, is Enzo really the guy for the job? Good for the owners or good for the team?
Good for the owners because he does what they ask.
A championship coach with little experience. He looks lost, out of depth, and being so rigid to do changes. Will his way actually work? We did think at one point it would.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see because there was a point at which it did work, so it's on him to make it work again. I mean, Fofana's back in a couple of weeks, apparently. Maybe
I saw that. Yeah,
you know,
here's something interesting. I think we are the biggest club for narratives. I think,
we push them out.
Ollie's brought this up before about there's always a narrative at Chelsea. Yeah. One we've been pushing for a while is, we missed loads of chances. That's why we didn't win. Well, we say that every game. People say that who haven't even watched the game. They go, we missed loads of chances. That's why we didn't win. Every team can look back at 1 or 2 chances in a game and go, we missed them. If we'd scored them, it'd have been different. That's just football. So that narrative, I think, is completely lost all its weight now. I also think the narrative now around, we was good under Maresca once, also just isn't true. We had 5 games where we was good.
But what 5 games?
We've played 24. That means we had 19 games where we was okay or shit. That doesn't suggest to me that he's good. Like everyone goes, we was playing well under Maresca at one point. Yeah, 4 or 5 games.
There was a point where we were playing some good football, even if we weren't getting the results.
Yeah, I will.
And now that has left us completely.
The football was better, but we still weren't winning, and ultimately that is what matters.
Yeah, true. But I guess it's easier to win with better football.
Yeah.
Right, I've got Greg. Greg sent us a DM. Serious question for the pod. This whole team morale and not connecting with the fans, I've been thinking and wondering, you all think us fans are being treated more as customers than a fan base. Maybe he said you all think US fans are being treated more as customers than a fan base. Maybe it's different over in Europe. By down under, all Instagram posts have links to Chelsea store and they want us to pump money into their profit-hungry machine. Find a way to make us fans feel like fans and not just customers, and we'll be the best asset they have to progress. That and signing a better goalkeeper.
I think
you know what?
He's not necessarily wrong, but that is what what his name Vivek said, didn't he? He called us customers instead of fans. So maybe that's what they have in mind.
But you know what? I agree, but that's not just Chelsea. That is football now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Arsenal fans talk about the fact that their club keep bringing out new fashion ranges every week. They've bought about 17 different jackets this season alone. Arsenal trying to pump them to their fans, getting them.
Yeah, but we've started doing it as well.
That's what I mean.
Thing. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it has gone that way now. That you are a customer now. You're not a fan. They don't care whether you support the team or not, as long as you're paying. That's all they care about. I think fans can harp on for however long they want about, we want ticket prices aren't good. They're not putting on coaches, and they're not doing this and they're not doing that. You want to affect change? Don't go.
Yeah. Yeah,
the only way.
If you really wanted a big change, there would be a big protest. People would walk out of Stamford Bridge, but they'll never empty it.
No,
but that's what needs to happen. It was the same at Man United when they kept having those protests. People going in with the green and yellow scarves, moaning about the Glazers. Oh, we want the Glazers out, and we're going to do a protest on 24 minutes or whatever, and we're going to wave these scarves about. They don't give a shit because you've paid your 75 quid to be in there, so they don't care. Yeah. If they would care, if they walked out that director's box and it was empty, then they'd care.
That's true. You are right about like the money side of it, because like today, I'm absolutely in love with the Seattle Sounders away kit, which is Salish, the C kit, sorry, and it's $150, like the actual version.
That is ridiculous.
I was like, what? Like, obviously, no one's going to buy it off the official store. They'll probably buy it from other sites. You know what I mean, listener?
Yeah.
I'm like, 150. That's even like over here. I mean, it works out what? I think our kits are about, 130?
Like the match worn vaporwave.
Insane.
Fuck, they're called. Yeah. Why anyone would buy it? Do you know what the thing is about those kits as well? They fit less well for the average person.
Yeah.
And it's not a shock, is it? Because there's so many sort of American owners came into the Premier League. The American sports are like that too.
Yeah.
They're big franchises.
They
They
don't make new kits though all the time. The
no, they don't,
NFL certainly doesn't.
but then they charge you the earth for them when they do bring them out.
I can't
They're
remember how much I paid
they're
for mine.
always pumping merch. You know, tickets for NBA games alone. Yeah, ticket for an NBA game is as much as a season ticket for some clubs over here.
I
So-
saw, and you're right because they do pump the merch a lot. I saw a TikTok recently, and you're right, it's all owners, at least all American owners, because Fenway Sports Group who own Liverpool. If you go in the Liverpool shop, I saw a video. The most expensive thing you can buy in there, you can buy a statue of Mo Salah for like 300 quid.
The fuck do I want that for?
Well, I don't know why you would want it specifically. I mean, but there goes your birthday gift. But
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
but you just think, who's buying that? Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
evidently there's got to be a market for it, otherwise they wouldn't have brought it out.
Why?
It
So
just seems
true.
so bizarre.
I remember when we said we were going to do the weirdest thing we could find at a club shop.
That might
That's
be
up
it.
there.
That's
Yeah.
we need to start. We need to do that as an episode if we don't have a midweek game. I've just looked at the current cost of a Seahawks home jersey. It's 65 quid. Yeah, and we
Yeah.
don't.
Cheap actually.
Well, Seahawks haven't changed their jersey in well over a decade. Easily more than 15
Do you
years.
know
I'd
what?
say.
Wouldn't it be so much nicer if that was the case for football as well? If you have the
Depends on
same
which
kit,
one we picked.
I know, but at least
Yeah.
like if you had a kit for 10 seasons instead of one season, think about what it would mean to you instead of like just
Well,
one kit.
that's why I love the MLS right now. They have a 2-year cycle where they do get a new kit every year, but it's alternated. So you get
It cycles out one of
yeah.
the old ones.
Yeah, and I
Right.
think that's
Oh, that's clever.
that I like that because kits aren't cheap.
But like you think
Some
about that,
clubs
like
have
if you
done it, haven't they? Brentford
look
have done
at-
it.
Yeah,
They kept theirs
Brentford,
for 2
yeah.
years.
look at a shirt, right, like a Chelsea shirt, and you'd be like, wow, that was like the 2013 to 2023 season. Like think of all the memories in that kit, but it's just not profitable, like, and that's the sad reality is that at the end of the day, football clubs are a business now.
Yeah, right. I will go to. I was just trying to find when Seahawks changed their uniform. I think it was when we went from the NFL went from Reebok to Nike, if I remember right. It was definitely before our Super Bowl win, so that's at least 13 years ago. Literally, it was definitely. I think it was the second year of Pete Carroll. Yeah, I'm just looking now. When was it? Wasn't 2011, 2012, 2013-ish. So yeah, it's been a long time, which is nice. Yeah, 2012. Anyway, we will go to the good old Lone Army Carousel. There it is. Because today of course we wrap up with the end of show game. We know what it is, Lone Army Carousel. And today's is actually, I can't believe I get to do this again. And of course the soundboard doesn't work because it's consistent this year.
We're so professional.
Has anyone seen Spurs?
Because Spurs, this is gold. I found it on Planet Football. Might be the hardest one I've ever given you. Tottenham.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Tottenham have failed to win a major trophy since lifting the League Cup in 2008. We don't want to know who gave them that trophy, but can you name every team to eliminate Spurs from a cup competition in the years since? And for context, when they crashed out of a group stage, those teams do not count. Knockout fixtures only.
Ooh.
And I will go with, Ollie made a noise, so Ollie gets the first go.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Liverpool.
In the Champions League final. That does count. A final does count. You're knocked out. You didn't win.
Yeah, surely. Right.
Just saying, before someone goes, oh.
Chelsea.
Yes.
Matic takes the net off.
Yeah.
That was that game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Man City.
Manchester City.
Man United.
Yeah.
Villa.
Aston Villa. Yeah.
Arsenal.
Arsenal are on there.
Real Madrid.
Did Real Madrid knock
Nice.
them out? Yes, they did.
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. Yes, they did.
West Ham.
Yep.
AC Milan.
Yes. Oh, of course. Yeah, when Joe Jordan headbutted or somebody had the Gattuso,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
shit, that's a throwback.
I know this one because I actually went to this game. Norwich City
Yes, they are on there.
Wow.
on penalty. Brilliant game.
Everton.
Yeah.
Trying to think who's been about. Palace.
Crystal Palace. Yes.
Fulham.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is really good.
Struggling now. I'm going to go for a bit of a rogue one, like early doors. Charlton.
No, they're not in there.
Oh.
Chris, you can take it.
They was knocked out the Europa League, I think, by Dynamo Zagreb.
Oh, he's done it. He's done. Well, where's the sound drop? What am I doing? He's done it. Winner.
He's done it!
Chris, oh, you've done.
Well done, mate.
Could you actually? Let's put Chris on. Chris is now level with Ollie on 3 for 3, which is very impressive. Very impressive so far. You keep
neck and neck.
I'll read off the other teams. You could have had Basel, Benfica, Dortmund, Colchester United, Fiorentina,
Jesus.
Ghent, Juventus, Leeds, Leicester, Middlesbrough, Forest, Leipzig, Shakhtar Donetsk, Sheffield United, and Stoke City.
I can honestly
Gone
tell you
out to shit teams as well.
Yeah. Colchester.
I can honestly tell you, I would not have guessed a single one of those.
You know what? Before we go, I've just seen a message in the Discord because I think I've stirred up a little bit of thing. JBH25 said he wants to know what the boys on the next pod think of this, of all the Everton stuff, because obviously the fight last night. So obviously Curtis Jones he was. I said he was a bit immature and he instigated the whole fight. And then JBH said that if any were immature, I'd say it was Decore. I'd want a Chelsea player to do the same thing every single time. And I said, just walk away, let Decore wind up the fans. He looks the fool. What do you all think about all that?
It sounds like he didn't have much decorum.
For fuck's sake.
You're welcome.
I think people having a problem with Decore celebrating a last-minute equaliser in a derby in front of the away fans
on the last time that stadium will ever host that.
That sums up where football's gone for me.
Wow.
Game's gone. Yeah.
Game's gone.
With Chris.
Because that's just funny. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah, wind him up. Go get the winner. Exactly. Yeah.
There we go.
I haven't got a problem with what he did. Curtis Jones, to be fair, Liverpool are the biggest sore losers ever.
I mean, perennial victims, a lot of them.
Yeah, Van Dijk after making a stupid comment, such an arrogant bastard.
It was so. Oh my god! When he went, it's their cup final. It's like, mate.
But no, do you know what
the fuck was that?
In the same way that I think you can't be upset at Decore celebrating, I don't think you can be upset with Van Dijk saying that. He's giving it back. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Right, listener. We're at the end of another episode, and before we go, of course, proud to remind you of our partnership with Head in the Game, mental health charities in football support wellbeing in the community. Check them out, headinthegame.co.uk. We will be treat yourself well, of course. We'll be back on Monday with our winners and losers from Chelsea and Brighton. Hopefully, better, more winners this time.
Oh God, I hope so.
We'd like to.
Just one would be nice.
One would be lovely. That we actually mean. That's not Pochettino for me. I'd love that.
A player.
So till next time, that'll be us, son.
You've been listening to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At the Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.